Hello, we're back in the lakes. First time in a long time, and we're out doing some landscape photography. I'll tell you why in a bit, because I need to fall back in love with this medium. It's not started well. I walked past a bramble, so I'm shedding fluff like a teddy bear who's walked into the wrong ghetto and has been slashed to bits. I've just set up a little shot here. I don't actually think it works, but it's worth firing a shot off. Look at this, man. I'm an absolute shanked. Got a beautiful scene here in front of me. To be honest, I think this is probably a better angle than where I'm at. I'm currently positioned my tripod quite low here, as you can see. I'm using these rocks here in the foreground, a bit of foreground interest, and I'm going off into really moody skies over the fells across Ullswater. And I'm just trying to slow my shutter speed down a little. I'm at f16, probably half a second, just to try and calm down some of this water that's cascading over the rocks. But I think with a bit of light, this has got quite a bit of potential, so just going to hang out here for a bit, explore this scene, so look at a couple more compositions and just see what I can get for the first shot of the day. I've arrived here late, it's already 2 o'clock, so I've only got an hour of light left. So I'm just going to explore the roads around Ullswater. I'm camping in my car tonight, so I can be up nice and early to get some shots, but it just feels nice to be back out and doing where it all started with some landscape photography. And yeah, I've not been getting out enough. I've been focusing my photography on the wrong stuff. We'll talk all about that later on when we're all cozy in the car, but for now, welcome back to the Lake District. Let's keep exploring Ullswater and see what we can capture. This trip's not about capturing portfolio-worthy bangers, although I'd love one if I could. It's just about getting out, doing some landscape photography and enjoying the process again. And falling back in love with my camera, because sadly, I have not had the same love for photography recently. And that makes me really sad, but I know why it is. So, like I said, we'll have a chat about that later. Right, let's get back in the car. Please excuse the audio in this part of the video. Some moron forgot to turn this on. So you're capturing the in-camera audio, but I've put some subtitles on here for you, but it's only for a couple of minutes, so bear with me. Cheers. So I found this beautiful composition. Well, I think it's beautiful anyway. Really simplistic. I was driving past the road here, and there's a beautiful beach boathouse. I thought, oh, that'll make for a nice one. You see it's there. And then as I was coming around the corner, there's this beautiful old fallen tree that's just laid proud right out into Ullswater, and there's so much atmosphere on the hills behind. I don't know what hills they are. I should do. I think I've camped up there before. All it needs is a bit of light. And a bit of light would really bring this to life. I've got the circular polarizer on as well. I'm trying to get as much sheen out of that water as possible. I want to make the water look black, and then with a bit of light, see, we might get some that's coming around, I reckon. All I need is a bit of light to light up this tree. Illuminate that against the gorgeous depth of the black water, the atmosphere on the hills in the background. Got a 1 second exposure, try and take some of the choppiness out of the water, like I said before. And then hopefully we'll get a nice image. Right, I'm losing light quickly, and I want to try maybe one more location before I start looking for a park up for the night. I've had the drone out waiting for some light, but all the light is out that way. And yeah,
I'm all right with the shot. I'll put it on screen. It's a really nice composition. I think it's definitely one to work with again. I think it'd be beautiful on a cold morning with a bit of fog. Something a bit more separation between that tree and the background. Yeah, I think it's a really nice photograph. I want to come back and explore it. Maybe try a different. It's a bit treacherous where I am. It's a bit tricky. Let me take you off here and show you. Like where my tripod's perched, it's not the. See, it's all a bit tricky, but I don't know. Maybe down close to the water's edge, but then it brings a lot of this shit into the it brings a lot of this shit into the photograph, which I don't really want. This tree here on the corner is encroaching into the shot a bit as well, but it's a lovely composition. I definitely want to come back and work with this again. I can't believe how high the lake is as well. Right, go on. One more location I reckon before sunset, and then we'll go find somewhere to park up.
Like I said, camping in my car tonight, so I found a mint little park up just overlooking Windermere. It's pretty dark, mind, so can't really show you much, but I did shoot here the other week. It's a very, very, very pretty view down over Windermere. I'm not going to shoot there in the morning though. I think I'm going to head to Tan House. But anyway, that's for the morning. But let me get the car set up for tonight. I'll talk you through my little camping setup in the car. Right, so there are kind of logistics to camping in a car. When you've got a big bit of mate like me, 6'5", best part of 18 stone, sleeping in the back of a car, you've got to be pretty organised with it all. Luckily, this car has got a camp mode, so I'll get it set up and I'll show you what it looks like. So in terms of kit, obviously I've got to travel like pretty light with this, but I've got a cook kit, so I've just got my jet boil, a pan in case I want to cook something in my pan, which I won't do tonight, teas and coffees, and I've just got in this pouch down here just like head torches, hand warmers, blister plasters, stuff like that. But that all just fits nicely down here, so it keeps everything out of the way, everything organised at where I need it to be. And then I've also got in this side pocket down here, I'll just twist you around. If I need to, I've got a little mini fire pit here, some fire lighters, and then I've just got some kindling here if I just need a little bit of a fire. Not that I think I will tonight. And I've also got a spare bottle of water, and I have this here boot buddy to clean all the crud off my shoes. And then the beauty of this car, with it being electric, is I also have this within the boot. There's also another boot, an underboot, and in here is where I've got my bedding. So I've got my pillow, I've got a sleeping bag, and there's my air mattress under there as well. So when I set my bed up tonight,
I just dig everything out of there and then it's ready to go. And in terms of the bed itself, I'll show you when it's time to set up. But in fact, let's pull these levers here and the seats go down and then they lie totally flat. And I've also got a little thing under here that I can bridge the gap between the back seats and the driver's seat to make sure that my pillow doesn't fall down. And this essentially will be my bed tonight. So when I set that up, I will talk you through it. But I'm not going to do that just yet because I want to sit and chill and watch some YouTube in the car. And then obviously I've just got my camera bag and just this, and then I've got a bit of a sit mat if I want to sit outside and chill. And then the beauty of camping in your car is I've got a profile set up so I can just chill. It's called cinema mode, and it just reclines my chair back, dims the lights. You can't tell, so I've got a video light on, and then it's just all set for me to just chill out. I've got my cup holder, my coffee in, and I can just sit and watch a film on Netflix or YouTube. I'll probably watch some YouTube tonight, so I've got some signal. And there's a thing called camp mode on a Tesla as well, which you can put the, because it's all electric, you can leave the climate control system on all night. So I can keep the car at a constant temperature. It doesn't use much battery, it uses about 8% over the course of a night, which means I can keep the temperature nice and consistent inside the car, which means I'll be nice and snug. And also, obviously, the car's all going to be locked up and secure. But yeah, it's just like a really, really nice, comfortable car camping experience. I camped in my old car. Me and Jen did it a couple of times, but it really was really, really tricky. This just works like a dream, really. So if you're organised and you know where your stuff is, I've got all my food in this, in here. I've got my chicken tikka wrap. I've got my soup, which I'm going to do on my jet boil. A cup of soups. I've got some chicken bite things. And then I've also got my coffee cup, so I can make myself a couple of brews. Yeah, just all ready to chill. So it's mint, so I'm going to wait. I'm just on the edge of Kirkstone Pass, so there's a few cars going past, but once it gets dark on here, no one's going to be going up and down the Kirkstone Pass, so I might get out and put my jet boil on, make myself a brew. But for now, I'm just going to relax, recline in my chair, and I'm going to watch a bit of YouTube, and I might even use YouTube to do some scouting for tomorrow's photography. And after that, we'll have a little bit of a chat about why we do this and how I might be making a big career change when it comes to photography. And it's probably not the one you all expected.
Landscape photography is as much about the experience as it is about the images. If you reach out with your...
There's nothing like a nice cup of chai, and I stole the king of teas, Yorkshire tea, from the hotel the other day, along with milks. Oh, I've got some little ginger biscuits there. I'm nearly boiling, lovely. And a nice cup of tea. I might save those biscuits for later. I know it sounds weird, doesn't it, camping in your car? It sounds like well, basically like you're homeless, like you're living in like a vagabond. But it's like it's adventure, isn't it? It's what's going on with air. It's like a micro adventure. It's just the best. Just put you there so I don't scald myself with this water. It's just doing something different. I'm 41 years old, sleeping in my car. I'm not even sorry about it, because it means I can wake up in this environment. It means I put you there. It's a bit ghostly, doesn't it? But it does, at least it's working a little bit. But it means I get to wake up in this environment. And hopefully if we get a nice sunrise, go shoot some photos. And it's just fun. It's just fun. Peaceful as well. Like I said, I think they'll stop whizzing past in a bit and I'll have the place all to myself. Right, buckle up. Get a brew in. It's rant time. Well, it's not rant, it's... I'll talk about what I was on about earlier on, about rekindling and my romance with photography. The reason I got a camera was from watching landscape photography videos. I watched people on location, Gareth Danks, Thomas Heaton, Nigel Danson. I watched people wild camping, and I wanted a camera to document my journeys for wild camping and taking landscape photographs. That's morphed into taking photographs of people, which I absolutely love. And that's moved into taking photographs of wedding, again, which I absolutely love doing. Now, taking photographs, making videos and content is what I love to do. What I have found increasingly more difficult is running a photography business, and particularly a wedding photography business. The politics, didn't need that to happen, did I? The politics, move that, and drama in the wedding industry is, I can't do it anymore. I can't bite my tongue. I can't hold my tongue. Same thing. Anymore. Some people in the industry, it just pisses me off. The social media game, the trends, the clicks, it's just got beyond a joke now, and I can't pretend to be part of it anymore. I love actually taking photographs at weddings. I love shooting weddings. I love the couples I've worked for and the galleries I've produced. But I can't market myself. I can't market myself how you need to market yourself in the wedding photography world. This is my marketing. This is how I like to communicate to people. I making raw videos of me out on location or camping or just getting stuff off my chest. I can't be pointing at reels and doing this shit and just dancing and hot takes and all that bollocks. It's just, I can't do it anymore. And if that's what being a wedding photographer, if that's what you have to do, and you have to get in with planners, and you have to have the face that fits, and you have to dress a certain way, and you have to, I just can't do it anymore. So I am shifting the focus of my photography now to going back to being about fun and passion, and doing things like today, stood by the side of a lake, taking in nature, and hopefully getting a nice photograph of it, sleeping in my car so I can get up early to go get a photograph. I want the dopamine rush of the event. I want the dopamine rush of taking the photograph. I listened to a podcast the other day, the Theo Von podcast with Matthew McConaughey. All right. And he said that, like, I'm bastardizing what he said, so don't quote me, but go find the podcast. Like in the 70s or 80s, whatever, it was the moment that gave you the dopamine rush. So like the doing the thing, the scoring the goal when you were a kid, the actual event of scoring the goal was the dopamine rush. That's what set you alive. That's what made you feel amazing. Then as we got into getting, everyone had a camera, digital cameras, the dopamine rush came on capturing the moment. So actually not scoring the goal, but capturing it. Is it on camera? Have I got it? Can I watch it back? And I've done it again. And that was the dopamine rush, is actual the capture of the moment. So not actually the moment itself, but capturing it. And now the moment, the fucking hell, now the dopamine rush is from when we hit share. So it's no longer about, photography has become no longer about taking the image. It's been about, oh my God, these are shit. Photography has not been about taking the image. It's been about sharing it, and sharing it as a part of a reel, or sharing it with the wed, or sharing it, fucking paying for it to be in vogue. It's no longer enough to just create work. It has to be about sharing it. And I know this is ironic, I'm making a video about this, but this is a raw video. This is probably going against everything that I should be doing to market my business, but I can't do it anymore. I'm 41 years old. I can't be inauthentic when starting a business. So if that's what it is to be in the wedding industry, then I can't do it. So I'm not closing my books. I'll still take weddings in, but I'm no longer pursuing weddings. I'm not putting myself out there. I'm not marketing my photography for weddings. I want to share the work that I create, and I want to share the work that I want to share. I want to produce the work that I want to produce, which is landscapes. It could be portraits, it could be weddings, it could be taking pictures of a fucking dog. I ain't got a dog, but it could be anything. But if I take the photograph and I like it and I'm passionate about it, I'm going to share it, and that's the work I want to be known for. That's the work I want to feel alive when I take it. And the wedding industry has started to spoil my passion. It's turning it into a job, and that ain't happening. I've already got a job. Photography is an escape from that job. So I'm not doing it anymore. So I sold my Leica Q3 yesterday, sold it back to Leica, because I want to invest in more gear that I'm going to use out in the field. Filters, longer lenses. That's it really, filters and longer lenses. Wow, it's getting windy. But that's what I want to spend my time doing with photography, and making longer form videos for YouTube, and investing a bit more time in me rather than investing time in Ryan Hunter Media, and investing time in portraying myself as not someone I'm not, because I'm not trying to do that, but creating content that doesn't feel authentic, and I just can't do that anymore, and I can't be arsed with it. So that's where we are. That was my rant. But today's made me realise how much I do love taking photographs. The photographs I got today aren't great. The one of the log in the river in the lake isn't that sharp. It was windy, and it was a 1 second exposure, so there was movement in the frame. But I don't care. It was the joy of finding the composition, figuring it out. There's too much space between the log and the background, but I know I need to be lower down, or I need to get in tighter with a longer lens and create compression. That's just what I love about photography, and that's what I want to do, and I want to create work and sell prints and whatever. I don't want to sell my soul. I want to sell my work. Oof. We just found a title for the video. Right, well, on that note, I'm going to watch another YouTube video or two, and then I'm going to get some shut-eye, because I want to be up, and I want to get over to wherever I'm shooting tomorrow morning, which I think will be Tarnhouse. I want to get there for about 7:30. That's going to fall again. Night. Morning. Oh my God, it's so still. It was so windy last night. I didn't sleep at all. And I was worried I'd miss sunrise this morning, but I don't think we're getting much in the way of a sunrise as such, but some lovely bank of cloud. Some nice pastels in the sky over there, so hopefully we should get a nice morning of photography. Actually, the first shot I've set up this morning is using the reflections on the water. The tarn, I'm at Tarn House. The tarn is like glass, and there's a lone tree on the edge of the lake here, and I'm positioning that tree within the centre of the reflection of the trees on the opposite bank in a way to try and get this tree to stand out on its own, and then this slightly abstract background of the reflection of the other trees. I think it works quite well. I'm punched in at, I've only got a 70mm lens, so I'm punched in at 70mm, and then I've also got the crop factor on as well with the A7 IV, so it's taking me to probably about 100mm at f11, quarter of a second. But yeah, it's really, really important that I'm trying to position the tip of the tree in the centre of the other trees, because again, if these start to overlap, it becomes quite a messy composition quite quickly. But yeah, let's get this fired off. I don't think it's going to get much light, and then we'll go for a little walk. But first shot of the day, hope you like it. We've got some mist rolling in off these hills here. Oh, it's just going to create some unbelievable atmosphere in the background. So I need to work quickly to find this composition right. Let's get out of square crop. This is, see, again, a great view doesn't necessarily make a great photo. Do you know what? We might just punch right back in. Right, stop panicking, stop panicking, stop panicking. I want to get back in those trees. I saw a composition before which might just look absolutely incredible. Oh, how good is it when the conditions just change like this in the hills? No, I'm abandoning this shot and I'm getting back in the trees. This is perfect. Landscape photography is hard, man. It really is. You wouldn't think so, would you, in such a picturesque, stunning place like this? But as quick as that fog that I chased, which I shouldn't have done, I was up there, came in, it's lifted straight away. So all the separation we had between all this messiness of the trees has just disappeared now. I'm living on a hope and a prayer that somebody's going to swing over the top and it's just going to engulf the lake with mist so that I can get a shot of this lone tree on its own. That ain't going to happen. It's so beautiful, but it's a tricky composition around here. It's hard to get the elevation to get all the separation of the trees, and then where you do have beautiful reflections, you've got stuff like this just hanging around the edge and just messing up the frame. So pressure off. Get the drone up for a bit. I'll just wander around the lake and see if I can catch a couple of compositions before I head back to the car. But Where else would you rather be on a Friday morning than here? Just beautiful, man. Oh well. Do you know what? I think we'll leave it there. I'm happy just looking at this. This is just absolutely beautiful, and definitely one to revisit on a cold, crisp, like frosty morning or with fog. But this is what I've needed. Me, my camera, tripod, bit of headspace. Thank you for indulging me last night. If you watched this far, thank you for listening to my counselling session last night in the car. But I needed to say it, and it feels good to share it with whoever's watching this and to the people who've watched the channel in the past. So thank you very much. I'm committing to myself to make more videos. I'm not going to commit how many a week, but I want to get out more with this, with my camera, to places like this, and remember why I started taking photographs. And yeah. Thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments if you've enjoyed. Like and subscribe, all that shit. It really does help me out. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one, bitches.